Contrary to popular belief, an interview is not an interrogation. There is a lot more to a job interview than just answering the questions. Now, I know that I have on this channel given you an awful lot of interview questions and best answers and encouraged you to practice and go away and learn your answers and get them right so that you're not memorizing them, but so that you've practiced them well enough so that they roll off the tongue. But an interview, honestly, is not all about answering questions. So there's more to it. One of the things that's really frustrating for hiring managers or interview teams is when the candidate is just waiting to answer questions but isn't having any back and forth conversation. And part of what you're doing when you're doing an interview is you are also interviewing them. And I know it doesn't feel that way from the way interviews are structured or maybe from what you've heard in the past, but a big part of going to a job interview is for you to suss out whether or not this is a place that you actually want to work. Is this a good fit for you? Is the culture something that you could live with, that you could work in? Is there anything that is bothering you or that is not fitting with your values? Are you seeing any red flags during the conversation? So one of the things I always encourage people to do is to take notes. There is absolutely nothing wrong with having a notepad with you and taking notes during the interview, because what that can do is also give you an idea of questions that you might want to ask at the end or during the interview. And also this notepad that you can take home and think about later can help you to decide and help you to remember, because sometimes it's hard when you're stressed out and you're in the moment to remember exactly what was said or the points that you had questions about afterwards. Another really good thing about it being a two-way street or a conversation and have some conversational tone is that you can then afterwards pick up on a thread from something that happened during the interview in your thank you letter. When you're sending your email after the interview to thank the person for taking the time with you to interview you and give you the opportunity to say more than what's just on your resume, you can pick up something that you talked about in the conversational part of the interview and enter that into the thank you letter. So it's not just a form letter, it's more personalized, and it means that you were paying attention. So there are lots of good reasons why this is a two-way street. Now, one of the things I get asked all the time is, what am I supposed to ask at the end of the interview? Because things that you don't want to ask about are money right away. What are the vacation and benefit packages that are included, etc., etc. Those things will come later if you are offered the position, and that's when you can find out more and decide. There are better questions to ask. So what I've got for you is I have a PDF download list of 36 most excellent questions that you can choose from to ask at the end of the interview, so that when they say, "Jen, do you have any questions for us?" you don't say, nope. You don't want to do that. Too many people do that, and you will stand out from the crowd if you actually have some questions ready to go. So click down in the link below and you can get that right away and take a look at the questions and find 2 or 3 that you might like. And you might be in the midst of the conversational interview instead of the interrogation. You might come up with some questions of your own that would be excellent to ask. Now, if you do want to go practice interview questions and the best way to answer them, then I will link a playlist here for you with some of the most common interview questions and answers, and I will see you over there.